Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Bobby.
Good morning, Ed. How you doing, man?
Doing great. I'm back in California.
Welcome back. Does it
Yeah,
feel good to be back?
yeah, because it's nice and cold.
Yeah.
It was cold. Let's say it was humid and cold for 3 days, and then started getting 70, 80, humid. And when I left, it was just horrible.
No kidding.
Yeah, and then I come home and it's like, what? 40 high of 46.
Yeah. I know. Yesterday was an abnormally cold day. Like everyone was like, "Man, it just cut right through my jacket."
It was only been like 46. That's our high. It was like 48, 46. That's like, but we got rain for a few days, and it's great. But I'm over it.
Like I say, it's funny how many people like put their life on hold in California when there's rain, right? Like just looking like at church attendance yesterday and stuff. I'm like, people didn't come out because it's cold and rainy.
Yeah, they don't want to walk across the street.
But you go back somewhere in the Midwest and you got 3 feet of snow and they're still living life.
Yeah, well, you guys also probably have a live service, right? You can watch on. No.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's what they did.
Yeah. But enough about church, huh?
Yeah, well,
I know it's your favorite topic.
I have no problem with church, none at all. Everybody else can go. My church is my home.
Yeah.
But let's move on.
Hey, I'm inviting you now, man.
All right. I'll make sure I show up at my house.
Okay.
All right. So what's going on with you? Because I'm telling you right now, I've seen a huge increase in people wanting to buy. We still have a small amount. Huge, I should say. We have very limited inventory.
Yep.
The inventory we do have, if it's priced right in the right neighborhood, it goes and has multiple offers now, where before it didn't. And I think people think we have a lot of homes on the market. We're like 43 to 45% lower than we were last year with homes on the market. And it's going to be that way for a while.
Yeah. And we're seeing that pent up demand, kind of going back out in the marketplace. And those are people that have been in the market for like the last year, right? Or the people that were kind of
2 years because they got bid out that last year in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time, you see rates adjust a little bit, you see either a pause or a start on some of those buyers. And what I'm seeing right now, just like at open houses and talking with prospective buyers is apprehension, right? People say, okay, I'm waiting for the other shoe to fall because this is going to be 2008 again. Yeah. And you and I have beat this dead horse, and I know you and Mike talk about it too. But
everybody talks about it. I mean, the only bubble we're going to see is the opportunity bubble burst. And that's the problem is there's not, and actually I'm starting to hear this from other people. We've been saying it for a while. There's not a housing crisis. There's an information crisis out there.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They're listening to too many people that are negative, who've always been negative on the real estate market for the last 10 years. Diana Olick is one of them who people think is so amazing, but she's been negative on the real estate market forever. Well, she's going to be 50% of the time right.
Well, and I think what they were trying to do to curb inflation and things like that, part of that was messaging, and people who listen to their local news and even national news, and they believe what these anchors are telling them, believe that the sky is falling.
Well, that's how they get you to sign up for their news.
Right.
And the sky, well, I mean, remember, a year ago, rates were probably in the 2.99, 3%, 3.5%. And now we're, this month we went up a little bit above 6 again, 6.5 around there. And, FHA, and it's still in the 5s, but things have moved, and that's going to be short lived. These are, things that come out. You're never going to see rates go straight down. Even when we had the pandemic, rates didn't drop straight down. And that was because they couldn't figure out how to price them. And then everybody was losing their lines and getting more, there's a lot of stuff going on at that time.
Uh-huh.
Plus they were worried people would refinance today and then try to refinance in 6 months again, which people did. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So don't look at and listen to what's going on out there. You just have to, if now is the right time for you to buy, now is the right time for you to buy. If you don't buy now, in 5 years from now, you're going to look back and go, man, that was a perfect time. I think in 6 months from now, we're going to look back and say March, April, May was the best time to buy because that report that came out in May or June just dropped rates and everybody came out at that time.
Yeah.
And the problem, go ahead.
Like I say, that's what I'm anticipating as well.
Right. Well, the other issue is if we don't have people who have to sell, right, because they have low interest rate, most people are just sitting, I'm good. I don't need to do anything, but I need to take some money out of my house. So they want rates to drop so they can do that. That's about it.
Yeah.
Because they're the seconds are great, but they're 10%, 11%. Even if you get one that's discounted the first year, it's going to go to it the second year, and so it's just one of those times where it's better if you're ready to buy now, because you can always refinance, but you're never going to see these prices again and have the opportunity of sellers helping you. Because when they have multiple offers, and there's some houses that do right now.
Yeah.
They're going to say, no, I don't want to give you money. I have one seller I know who doesn't even want to list the house with somebody and doesn't even want to pay the buyer's agent anything, but will give the buyer 15 grand towards closing costs.
Okay.
I was like, are you going to work with a buyer's agent? No, they can take it out of the buyer's funds. Okay.
Really? Man,
Yeah.
we'll have to talk off camera about that. That's special.
Hey, it's just she thinks she can sell by herself. Hey, let her try.
Yeah. Oh man, her phone's gonna be ringing off the hook. Everyone that's working those FSBOs, huh?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. It's someone's got to write the contract and someone's got to oversee it. That's not something I want to be, if it was a family member, that's something else,
Yeah.
So, yeah. But that's not my problem. I advise and tell, and I do the loans and not the real estate. So that's not my problem.
Yeah. Well, so you kind of reiterate the point, things that are I'd say even like 500,000 and below, we're seeing multiple offers on within the first, 10 days. If priced correctly.
Right. And that's FHA guidelines, right? I mean, price point. So,
yeah.
And then just now with FHA dropping their mortgage insurance on a monthly basis, that could save you another $120 a month.
Yeah. That was good news.
Yeah. Well, if it would have been better news if they dropped to the same as USDA, which is 0.35. That would be really good news.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they have such a surplus. Now I'm waiting for VA to come out and drop theirs. Supposedly they are, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But that's only affecting, vets who, it's get added to the loan amount. It's not a monthly basis. So.
Gotcha.
And I want to add one more thing. So a lot of people don't realize if you're a veteran and you buy a house while you're getting your, you went in for your disability, but you don't have it yet, right? You don't have 10% or greater. You don't have anything and it's in the works, and you buy a house and they hit you with the funding fee after you get your disability check, numbers and your percentage. If it's 10% or greater, they're going to cut you that amount back for your funding fee that you added onto your loan. So that's great, because all of a sudden you'll get a huge check of 10 to 15 grand that you can do something with.
Yeah, I'm sure we can
air conditioner.
We can find stuff to do with 10 to 15,000, right?
Yeah, air conditioner, roof, you name it.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff you can do with that.
Yeah.
Put it in an account and don't touch it just in case something happens.
Yeah, that emergency fund that we're always preaching about.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, because I had some other people who are selling a house and they're buying another one, and I'm like, okay, here's their numbers you're looking at, and they were never given numbers by their first person they sat with, and I'm like, here's kind of an estimate of what you're going to receive. We need this amount for the transaction. Then came to find out the builder's giving them 10 grand towards closing costs. I said, now you have this amount. What do you want to do with it? Well, pay off a car. And then I said, you need to put some in savings. Do you guys have any money in savings? They're like, no. Then you need to put money in savings. Put at least $25,000 aside. You have 3 kids. Jeez.
Yeah.
And that's why they have no money. Right? People with kids have no money. I'm going to tell you right now. Dinks, as we used to call them back in the 80s, dual income, no kids in the 90s.
Yeah.
They never had kids and they had a ton of money because they had no kids. They only had a pet. Well, now with these pets, they're expensive. So.
That's true. Yeah. Now they're like putting them in like boarding or like doggy daycare and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we put ours in boarding when we leave, and, you can't take them with you.
Yeah. Like I said, how much does something like that run, man?
A lot.
Yeah. 2
dogs, probably $70 to $90 a day.
Man.
It's a racket.
Yeah. Hey, let's open up a kennel, man.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I took care of animals as a kid. Another thing I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Nursing and taking care of animals.
Yeah.
Even though I have a American bully, it's okay. It's a little different. And that dog is so damn spoiled. Thanks to Marcia in the fireplace in the front room. Turn on the fireplace. He gets on the couch, lays next to it.
Yeah, I saw that picture last night where he's laying on the couch, man.
Yeah, and that's the front room couch that nobody, and that's why that blanket's on there.
Yeah.
And this morning I turned it on because it was cold in the house, and I look over, guess who's in his spot?
Yep.
And the other one's like laying it right in front of it in the fireplace.
Yeah.
Like, we need a bearskin rug there for you there, Annabelle.
Yeah. Living that good life, man.
Yeah. Well, better than he was on the streets, and so was Annabelle.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So from the streets to the good life.
Yeah.
Moving on up. You don't know that one.
I do, man. Actually, I saw reruns.
Yeah. So did I.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, all right. That's pretty much all I had. Is stop listening to people out there. Listen to people who know what they're talking about. There's a lot of people who say what we say. There is, when it's who's that guy that hates credit cards?
Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, if he's saying it's the time to buy, it's the time to buy.
Yeah.
And that's the only time we're going to agree on anything, is that it's the time to buy. And it is the time to buy. You're going to be able to refinance down to a lower rate, as we said before, but you won't get these prices again in the help that you get right now.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about the rates. The rates are going to drop again. They're going to, so they went up for a little bit. Don't worry about it. They will drop again, and even more and even more. And somebody else I saw a thing, they were saying by the end of 2003, we're going to see 5%. We already saw 5%. We just didn't see the low fives.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's what they were talking about. And I think by May and June, we're going to see, low fives for conventional.
That'd be excellent, man.
Yeah. And then the thing is, you got to remember it. So rates went up to 5% from 2 something. Everybody's like, the rates are so crazy. It's so high. And then they went to 7.25 to 7.5. Oh my. And then people were freaking out, running around. The sky is falling. And then rates went back down to the middle, high fives. And everybody's like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's all relative to what just happened.
Yeah.
And again, we're not going to see the 2% unless we're in, pandemic or a war with China, or some other country, China, Russia, all those people. We are building up our forces over in Taiwan right now.
I saw that. I was like, that's ridiculous. Why? I mean, why even broadcast that? I mean, that's
because that's what the administration does.
Yeah.
Let's just celebrate what we're going to do while we're doing.
Yeah. Remember when we sent advisors to Vietnam?
No.
You don't? Oh, well, I'm a history buff, man.
Okay.
So that's how it all started.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
The Vietnam War?
Yeah. We sent over advisors, and next thing you know, we're in the Gulf of Tonkin, and we're fully engaged in Vietnam.
Sounds like Iraq.
Sounds like everything we've stuck our foot into lately.
Let's move on. A couple of vets talking about war. All right.
Yeah.
Everybody, make it a great day. Thanks for watching. Bobby, thanks for being here. If you need anything, reach out to us. You can see Bobby's phone number right there. I'm Ed Parcaut everywhere. If you haven't got my book, please go get my book, getedsbook.com, or just go to Amazon Direct, type in Ed Parcaut. It will help you through the process. I'm not trying to make a ton of money off of you. It's just about educating everybody.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Ed.